Okie dokie. Sorry about the slight delay on getting live there. Had to get a couple things around. It's been a day at work, like any other day of the week. But we're live. We're live now. I've already got the Gurdy on. Bam! I got at least one viewer. I'm going to make sure that I'm set up in Discord correctly before we dive in fully, though. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Hopefully that's going to work. Bring this microphone down where it's usable. So, Wednesday, Mario Day. Is it 10 today? It is the 10th today, isn't it? I'm going to feel bad if I got that wrong. No, it's Mario Day. Mar 10. Cool. Sadly, I don't have the Mario theme music printed out for the Gurdy to practice it, because I thought of it just like 15 minutes ago. So we'll have to do that later. Such a missed opportunity, I know. But that's okay. It's okay. I think this song is in G. We're going to go with it. So today I was thinking I might practice some of the songs that I kind of brief over in my practice book, just so I can try to get them down a little better. The first one being Danny Boy, my namesake song. So I'm gonna tackle that guy tonight. And then maybe we'll take a look at some of the other stuff that I got laying out here in front of me. But without further ado, I'm just going to dive right in. It's a practice night for me, so I hope you all enjoy. Hopefully it's not, too much acid on the ears, so to speak. I did just tune it, so she actually sounds really good. Hopefully that's coming through okay. Set that microphone a little bit farther forward here. Maybe I can actually just put it way over here. So, Danny Boy, we're gonna take it in bites is what we're gonna do. That's how I did Scarborough Fair, and that's how I need to do this one. I'm gonna take this camera and I'm gonna tip it down. Set the Gurdy right there so it's safer. Check the angles here. I'm not sure if I need to be over here or over here. Okay, I need to be over here, but that's okay. Yeah, that works. Okay, so that's Oh Danny Boy. The pipes are calling. Okay, I gotta work the kinks out. Oh wait. So that sounds okay. Slightly different pace there. Sounded kind of weird. Oops. So that's from glen to glen and down the mountainside. So that's oh wait. What's next? The summer's gone and the flowers are dying. "'Tis you must go, and darling must I abide." Or, darling, I must abide. My mistake. But then it shifts up. So we end up way up here. Okay, let me get that better. Nope, I'm messing it up. Alright, there's the tail end of it. It's not as smooth as some of the other things I can pull on this thing, but it's getting there. So we're going to go back to the beginning and try it some more. pattern backwards. Oh, I had the wrong notes. My bad. I'm going to start over. Ah. Oops, that's not it. Okay, good enough. Good enough. We'll come back to it later. It's been a day. It's been an absolute day. I see that Steve and Wax have joined me in Discord. How are you guys doing tonight?
Very good, sir.
Glad to hear it, buddy. You're super quiet, but that's okay. And I see that Steve is currently muted and deafened in Discord, so I'm not entirely sure why he's hanging out in live chat. Because he's certainly not associating with the likes of us. He might actually be listening to the YouTube feed instead. So 7 dropped frames. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. It looks like we have a drop frames problem.
Now, that instrument that you play...
Yeah, man.
Raven.
Yeah, what of it?
That instrument that you play, do you crank that?
Yeah. I was going to take a second and actually go over the instrument. And thank you for asking. So there's a big crank right there. That's what that guy is. And as you turn this crank, it makes music. Well, it makes noise.
Okay, so that makes noise like a drone sound, because I know that's kind of like a Celtic.
Well, there's a lot of cultures that have drones in them,
pipes.
but the bagpipes are very, very reminiscent of what we're doing here. So what happens is, I'm going to turn off a bunch of strings. So right there you can see that the crank is just, it's free spinning right now. It's not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And this wheel here in the middle is what's turning, right? And you probably can't tell because there's no patterns on the wheel face. Hi, Sarge. Thanks for joining, buddy.
Hi.
Hey, Steve. If you see drop frames again, let me know. I turned off some background applications. But you're right. We were dropping some frames, which is asinine because I'm sitting at home on the broadband internet. It's raining in California, which means the world is ending, and apparently the internet's the first thing to die. I don't get it, but hopefully it's not too bad. And Robert, thanks for joining, buddy. How are you tonight?
I'm happy. It's hailing at my house right now.
Hailing? I saw videos of people dancing in the snow in North LA, so...
Yeah, they're nuts.
They're both precipitation.
It's just precipitation. Sarge is negative Nancy today. We're gonna call Sarge Nancy for the rest of the day. So, anyways, and Rico, hey buddy, how are you?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good to see you, bud. So, anyways, to your question, Wax, this is the crank that turns the wheel. So yes, you do sit here and you crank the instrument. When nothing's hooked up, it just free spins. So what we're gonna turn on one drone. My favorite drone, the G drone. Now, that instrument just drones, but that string just drones, but this instrument has a proper fretboard on it, right? That's hiding way down behind the keys. And so, knowing that, right, I can reach way down here and actually run the frets. I don't have the calluses for it, so
you build it up over time.
It's gonna be a process. So anyways, there's another G drone, actually known as the trompette, so it's a special drone. So the first one's G2, this one's G3. And whereas the first one was that set of strings, this one is the red set of strings on the top. Okay? So the top of the two reds is right there. Now, this instrument has a string that is unique to it. Like, it's the only instrument in the world that has it, apparently. And it's called the trompette. And this is the red strings are the trompettes. And you'll notice there's these little bridges right here, and they're asymmetrical bridges, right? You see that little bridge right there? And so that guy, as the string vibrates, depending on the amount of deflection introduced by these pegs here and the little twine that pulls on those red strings, they can buzz, right? So if we get on it, right?
Like
so
a tremolo effect.
Yeah, you get a percussion tremolo. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think it sounds a little weird. I'm getting more and more accustomed to it as I play, but for the most part, I'm not interested in hearing that buzzy noise. So I'm gonna set that string back off so the wheel is free turning again, right? And then we have our melody strings. So we have these two pegs right here, and these two guys allow us to turn on strings one at a time. So we're gonna turn on one of the G strings. Sounds like the G4. And we're going to turn that peg 180 degrees from that position. And there's the G3. Now, you're supposed to play this instrument with both of those melodies turned on at the same time. One's slightly out of tune.
It's kind of like drawing a bow across a violin.
It is. It's actually a lot like that. It's a round wheel instead of a bow, but there's rosin on it and everything to make it make the sound. It's got a shiny sheen to it on the wheel that I can see as I'm sitting here playing this, and it's that rosin that creates that sticky surface that causes the strings to grab and release.
Pine sap.
So there's the melody strings. But this instrument sounds better when it's in full regalia, I guess. I don't know what you call it. But if we turn the drones, the melody strings, and the trompette on, we get the full audio effect. Andrew Cole, thank you for joining us. I see you over there on YouTube, sir. You're welcome to join us in Discord if you want. So anyways, this is what it sounds like when all the strings are turned on. So, lots of droning noise.
It's a very interesting instrument.
It starts and ends in interesting, that's for sure. So we got this guy right here. This is the lid to the key chest. And if you've never seen inside the key chest, I highly recommend it because it is a wonderfully complicated bit of engineering down inside there. And all the way on the left-hand side of your screen, you can see the pegs that I was turning They have little tiny cams on them with leather that lift the strings off the bow. That mutes them. And then there's a whole bunch of tangents inside there. There's all those little metal pegs sticking up with little tiny rubber sheaths on them. And then, of course, it has a fully adjustable neck bridge as well down inside there. So, highly customizable instrument. You can set it up just the way you need it to make all the sounds that you could ever possibly want.
Amazing.
The complexity also makes it particularly hard to learn. So, fun tidbit. I've owned this instrument for exactly 4 months less 4 days.
Yeah, because I remember you saying that you had it custom built by a
Yes. Yeah, this was custom built by George Leverett of Alter Wind Instruments. There's his maker mark right there. So, I it wasn't cheap. But
I can only imagine.
It's offered me. I've had it for about 4 months. I've played it for about 3. I have another year or 2 of playing it before I'm remotely good at it, as far as I'm concerned. But I'm starting to develop a lot of good habits. I'm developing bad habits, but I am getting it so it can actually play music. So
at least you can get something out of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've more than gotten my worth out of it at this point, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So, but if you do go looking on George's website for an instrument like it of your own, look at the full Monty and just say, if it's a feature, I want it, and prepare thyself, because it gets hairy. It gets really hairy really quick. I'm gonna play a familiar one, and then we're gonna pick a new one to practice and try to get a little better at.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy. I got busy.
Mr. Cole is in the room.
Mr. Cole is hanging out. Oh, hey, you joined us in Discord.
Hello.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Good.
So the audio quality is better in YouTube, but the live conversation is here.
Yeah.
So a lot of people mute here and listen on YouTube unless they want to talk, then they jump back in. So, but anyways,
YouTube's a little jumpy at the moment.
Is it a little jumpy right now? I do have.
Yep.
As you were describing the instrument, basically I was listening in Discord.
Yeah.
So because I saw the instrument in like the last time you had it out.
Right.
And I says, it's very interesting. And I says, as long as I'm able to hear it from you describing it, I says, then it gives me the on how it works now.
Yep. Yeah. Mechanically, it's relatively simple, but in that simplicity, it's a wonderfully complex instrument to try to play. So, a more familiar piece.
Do you have to read when it comes to the cylindrical thing? Do you have to put more resin over it as time goes by?
Oh yeah, yeah. What happens is the cotton wrapped around the strings, they pick the resin up and they become like rocks. And so you got to clean the old cotton off, put new cotton on, and re-rosin the wheel, just like you have to rosin a bow on a violin. So
yeah,
same thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Alrighty, so let's try one that's familiar to everyone. All right. It makes me feel a little better about myself. All right, let's grab this practice book and see what we're gonna try next. I think we're gonna try. I know what we're gonna try next. I know what we're gonna work on next.
I do have a question.
What's up,
Can
bud?
you play? Can your Gurdy run in reverse? I know some do, some don't.
Yes. It's a question of how you prep the strings.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to answer your question, nope. Apparently not. my crank came loose just as I tried. 1 second.
Probably not good for the string.
But it can't trumpet in reverse. It can only trumpet forward. And as I play it backwards, because my strings aren't really set up for it, the cotton unwinds from the string right now. I get away with it once or twice, but I can't get away with it a bunch. So,
Do you have to have a certain type of string for it?
what you do is you put liquid rosin on the string,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then you put the
Little
cotton
rosin.
on that, and then you add a little dot of rosin to either end of the cotton once it's on the string, and it locks it to the string, right? So if we take that cover off and hold this way up to you guys, you can see the little cotton bats on the strings there, and you can notice that mine are super loosey-goosey looking, right? They're super soft. They would not look like that if they were set to fiddle the Gurdy, and that's the term I hear
harder
used.
to rock.
Huh?
They would have been harder to rock.
Well, the center's got a fair bit of rosin on them. I'm actually coming due to change the cotton sometime soon. But the outside where the wheel doesn't engage, it's still nice and fluffy. So it hasn't really got my attention yet, but sometime soon. All right. I was going to switch from G to D. 1 second. Let me switch the instrument. So we're going to turn on all the Ds. Yeah, sure. Sounds acceptable. Okay. That wasn't too bad. I've actually practiced that a lot more than I've practiced the Danny Boy. It's still not right. So we're gonna take it in bite-sized chunks. Bite-sized chunks. So we're gonna play like the first sentence of lyrics, and then those will be the chunks I bite it in. So alright, let's see here. Should all acquaintance be forgot and ne'er brought to mind? So,
Never brought to mind.
yeah. Doesn't sound half bad. Should all acquaintance be forgot in days of all long sign? So... I think we're going to get rid of the extra drone. It's a little too much. Let's start over from the beginning here. So there's a thing called grace notes, and I'm not using them as best as I should be, but so should all acquaintance. I'm sorry. Should is D E
All
F
acquaintances
G.
be forgotten.
So the word should is a musical note G. So it's G D D
Yeah, okay.
D F E D E F E D D F A B. So I'm also trying to teach myself how to do sight reading at the same time, which is incredibly complicated because the song that I'm playing I don't actually have sheet music for. So I have the one. So my page in front of me tells me what key to push, and knowing what strings are turned on right now, I know which key, what note that is, and so I'm slowly translating this into notes because I have another piece of music next to me that has no key numbers on them, and it's just notes, and I'm trying to get to the point where I can play that. The end goal being.
Trust me, I know the hardship in that because I pick it up
Yeah.
and I can't read a bit of sheet music in my own life.
Well, I'm right there with you, and I'm using the Gurdy as an excellent opportunity to get away from that as being a limitation in what I'm trying to do.
Yes.
So, all right, we're gonna start from the top and run down through it again.
That's true.
Okay, it's getting better. Man, I can remember 2 months, 3 months ago when I first tried to play that song. It was just an absolute nightmare. It was so bad. All right, I'm gonna try one more time.
I'll be right back.
Sounds good, man. All right, I feel pretty good about that. Actually, I feel really good about that. It's right there, and it's a gimme. And frankly, I should practice it because it helps me work on my scaling. So we're gonna do Deck the Halls next, and everything's already tuned up for it. So. Actually, I don't think we're going to do that again. It felt pretty good. Actually, you know what? Do it twice. Yep, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Ooh, we're totally going to try this. But before we switch back to G, I'm going to play a song that I practiced enough that I don't need to look at the sheet music for it. Not usually anyways. Oh, wrong key. Yeah, it felt pretty good. Felt pretty good. Felt pretty good. I had such a train wreck practice night on Monday. I picked it up. I played a song and a half, and I was like, nope, go away. All right, we're gonna try this one next. Amazing Grace. I'll flex the spine in the book so it stays open for me. And to do that song, we got to get the D strings back off. We got to go back to the G strings. Mute that drone, turn that drone on, and sure, why not? We'll turn that on. And we'll take it in senses again. So. A little timing issue there somewhere. I'm not sure where. So, open 3-5 for amazing. Amazing. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's. Nope, that's not right. Saved a wretch like me. Alright, here we go. We're going to try to put it all together. I feel like I messed up the last little bit of it. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. Alright, it's good enough. I'm gonna walk away from it. I'm gonna walk away from it. I'm just gonna walk away from it. What are we gonna do next? What are we gonna do next? What are we gonna do next? Button exercises. I don't want to play that song. Try this one. I played this one for the first time just last week.
System of a Down
here.
toxicity.
What you want? What'd you say, Sarge?
System of a Down toxicity.
Yeah, okay, no. However, I'm missing like half of my frames tonight. I have 21 alerts that my stream quality is crap.
Half your frames, man. I think maybe a quarter are making it through.
Your stream is experiencing issues. 1443. Oh, wow, look at the speed
Are
jump
you
all over
downloading
the place.
Taiwanese belching porn again?
No, I don't think so. Nah, it's just Spectrum Internet is a pile of crap. I cannot wait to get freaking Starlink. I'm over it. I'm over it at this point. It's going from 1800 kbs, now it's 1000 kbs, 700 kbs, 1300 kbs.
Yeah, that's ever since
700 kbs,
came over.
0 kbs, 2000
Your Discord
kbs.
is dropping out too sometimes.
Yeah, it's all over the place. I might have to reboot
What
before
bitrate
we.
are you trying to kick out?
Huh? Say it again, Sarge.
What bitrate have you got all your Streamlabs set to?
It doesn't matter.
What
The
bitrate
internet
is
isn't
Streamlabs
supporting anything. And I don't even know how to check my bitrate, to be perfectly honest with you. Let me see.
Are you using OBS or what are you using?
I'm using Streamlabs OBS.
Slobs.
Okay, the bottom right corner, what does it say your bitrate is on the kind of the status bar?
My bitrate isn't. Is that the bitrate? Yeah, that's what I was just reading the numbers to you. So
What did you say it was?
So it's supposed to be 2500, right? Right now it's 1400, 1500, 900.
Supposed to be
800.
400. That's a reasonable,
1300.
not an insane amount.
But it's dropping to 0 every couple seconds. There, it just dropped to 0 again. It's just the internet here. It's crap. It's total crap. And it doesn't surprise me because it's raining, and every time it gets wet outside, apparently nobody thinks to waterproof the frickin' internet devices on the telephone poles. So we'll see.
That's old Bell system.
Yeah,
That's old Bell system. Telco lines.
It's crap. It's crap. Well, is the audio coming through at least, or is it the audio chopping?
Audio's fine.
Okay, so it's just
It hit
visually.
and miss.
Say it again.
It hit and miss. Sometimes audio's fine, and then it just drops sometimes.
What a pain in the ass.
Oh my god, Andrew, what do you know? It's not like you're an audio-visual professional.
Try not to be.
I try not to be.
You're just a guy that yanks the Ethernet course.
Fuck.
Let me close that. Let me make sure there's nothing running in the background. I've already turned everything off, but I'm not folding at home.
It's probably an internet bandwidth thing, not a computer thing.
I
Dude,
honestly
how much
think it's
studying
just
and everyone just calls you the pooter guy.
the quality of the pipe, because like I said, every time it rains, my internet goes to shit. I'll turn that off too.
If that's the case, there's probably a bad either connection or a hole in the coax feeding your house or neighborhood. And
Yeah,
when the ground
exactly.
gets waterlogged, it goes wonky. That problem at the office last year.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you're getting excited over Starlink. You do realize that satellite internet dies every time it rains, right?
I've seen demo videos of guys in literal snowstorms with Starlink still getting 200, 100. So I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, Starlink is satellite internet, sure, but you know, broadband internet is internet like dial-up is internet. They're both internet, yeah, but they're completely fucking different.
Yeah, the technology between Starlink and something like HughesNet are two entirely different animals.
Precisely.
And yeah, very akin to broadband versus dial-up.
Yeah.
Unless your dish has like 4 inches of caked on snow, you might have issues.
Well,
but-
that's the crazy thing about Starlink. If you watch some of the videos of these guys up in the mountains, the dish itself runs hot because of all the phased
Yeah.
array in them, and they literally shed snow. Like Like, there's 4 feet
Yeah,
of
there's
snow
not
around
one.
the dish, but
There's
there's
not
none on
one
the
bit of
dish.
snow on them.
Yeah, they self clear that shit, so that's really cool. All right, well, we're gonna take a stab at the Saints Go Marching In because it's a really simple song, and I might as well add it to my repertoire. So we're gonna do that. Oh wait. Wrong key. You can tell I've never looked at that before. Oh wait, no, that's not how that goes. Yeah, that one's simple. Once I got past the initial... My book's falling apart. Pages just fell out of it. That's awkward. Is there any songs on either side? Loch Lomond. I gotta listen to the song Loch Lomond so I know how it actually goes, because it's in this book and I want to learn how to play it, but we'll see. This is in G, so that should go well. Oh, well. Nope, I don't know how to play that. I think I have to fiddle it because it's a G, which is open, nothing. That's a G, and then it's followed by G, A, B, C, D, E. So it's G, E, D, C. Right? So G, E, D, C. Yeah. Followed by G, 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 G. So how do you separate open notes, right? I can't separate them. They all blend together. So I could do that, but I'm no good at it yet. So I might not be able to play this yet. It's the notes to Jingle Bells. I think I'm just gonna go right past it because I'm not gonna irritate myself. I'm having a good night.
What do you mean by open notes?
So in the music, you'll notice that right there. Focus better. So you'll notice that right there, dashing through the snow, right? Snow in A1 are all the same note. So playing that note, because it's a droning instrument, you have to do grace notes, right? And so I guess you would play, right? You tap, you grace the next note higher to break the repeating note apart.
So it's a double play of the note.
Well, in that particular case, it's a quadruple play.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Is there backlash on the wheel?
Huh?
Is there backlash on the crank?
No, the crank is very tight.
Oh, I was about to say, otherwise, if there was backlash on the crank, you could switch direction and the backlash should leave a pause.
Yeah. That's called fiddling the crank. The problem is that on my crank, watch, this is what happens when you fiddle the crank. I just unwound all my strings. And the other thing that happens, I got the crank really tight right now, but this is the other thing that happens when you go backwards. Crank falls off in your hands.
What about if you try and go forward in jerking steps, like
I could do something like that, but I haven't practiced anything like that, and that might be something I could do something like that maybe, but I haven't practiced it yet, and I'm not gonna practice like fundamental mechanics on the air. I'm gonna figure those out offline, and then figure them out the rest of the way on the air. So we're just gonna skip right past that guy. We've been live for 50 minutes. It's coming up on the end of our practice session anyways. And we're left with two of the songs that I really want to learn. So we'll take a drive-by of them. We're not gonna practice them to any kind of mediocre perfection. But I just want to say that I touched them today, so I can say that I practiced them at least once this week. Because this one's going to be a train wreck. So this is in G minor, which means I play a lot of different strings than I do normally, or different keys. Okay, so a lot of new muscle memory movements here. Okay, well, maybe...
What child is this?
Yes, indeed. I know it by Greensleeves, but yes, that is the same song. Let's try that first section again. Wrong note. I'm just gonna start over. That was so bad it hurt my head. Okay. Now we're all the way up here. Doesn't feel quite right. Meh. Okay, let's try again. Wow, really? So it wants to do Greensleeves Was My Delight, but it wants to do Greensleeves Was My Delight. Oh, I see. They want it to be a really fast transition between... Yeah, they want that I want it really fast. Okay. Well, maybe that wasn't such a train wreck after all. I don't feel too bad about it. I'm gonna start over from the beginning and just yeah, maybe. Okay, I'm done. Oh man, and Johnny, I hardly knew you. It's got the same problem with a double zero on the beginning of each line, so let's just try. Nope. I'm going to come back to that one later. There's a lot of grace notes in there and a key that I'm really not good at. Apparently, I need to practice my G minor scale. Which is... Oh, God. Which one is it? G minor is the same as B major. B major. Right there. I got to practice that one. I don't know if you guys can see it on the edge of my camera, but I got the scales for the Gurdy printed out next to me here. I'm going to practice going up and down those scales before I tackle that song again, because that was not good. We're going to go ahead and set this guy off to one side. I've had enough. That's enough of that. Oh, man. That thing's heavy. Gets on you. Like, wearing that thing for an hour and reaching over it and cranking and pushing all the buttons and stuff. Oh, man, it's a workout. So, alright, I'm gonna clean up my music.
That's what she said.
That's what she said, that's right. She gets a kick out of the hurdy-gurdy, whoever she is, because the hurdy-gurdy is awesome. Alright, so how is everybody doing tonight? I got a couple people still hanging out with me here. We put the hurdy-gurdy away. Rico! Hey, buddy.
What's going on? I just been listening.
How you been?
Doing all right. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, sir.
Wednesday.
I let you know that guy got back to me. Well, he at least requested a connection, so I think I told you that, right?
Yep.
Good. Glad to hear it. Man, I'll tell you what, work has been the crazy pants, but apparently there was a conversation, so
I just trained.
Super vague conversation, I know, for the rest of the people in the room, but there's light at the end of that tunnel. I really hope there's light at the end of that tunnel. For the benefit of the other people in the room, I got requirements to build a thing. I got the requirements Thursday night at 10 p.m. I was sick on Friday with kidney stones. I built the thing on Monday, fixed some problems with it on Tuesday, and released it for UAT today. And it should have taken 2 weeks.
That's fast.
That, like, there's no words for how breakneck fast that was. And so, and do
they understand how insane that was that you got that turned that fast?
No, they have no idea. They have no point of reference.
Eakin?
What up?
No,
They have no idea. They have no idea. Somebody said my last name. Why'd you say my last name?
You just made yourself like God, and now they're going to give you some other ridiculous deadline.
Oh, no. This happened years ago. Rico can tell you. He shouldn't, but he can.
So, I had a really fucking weird dream about you today, Tipsy.
About me? Shit, was I wearing clothes at least?
I have no idea. Right, so basically I fell asleep watching YouTube videos and it started ticking through. And it gets up to that whole financial crash thing that happened during the Bush administration.
That was a fun one, wasn't it?
In my semi-lucid state, the dream I had was you was the guy tasked with fixing that shit.
Oh, Jesus, fuck. Don't. No. I do not consent. I do not consent.
It was just weird. It was just like half awake, half asleep. So like the audio in the background's doing 90% of the work, while my head's just filling in the gaps.
I am sorry, sir. I cannot be the fantasy solution to your financial crisis. It's just not gonna happen, boys. It's just not in the cards.
Can you imagine that? You come into work today, it's like, hi there, can you do a bit of overtime? Sure, what's wrong?
Everything.
Well, the dollar just dropped 50% and everyone's fucking screaming, good luck. I'm gonna go jump out this window now.
Grab the hat off the wall, put it on the head, and walk the fuck out. I had a really fun stream on Bowden's stream yesterday. How many people here were for that? Did you attend, Sarge? I don't know if you or Robert were there.
I want to tell you I did, but I think I was unconscious.
Oh, no, that's okay. I don't care. I did a really cool stream about unbacheloring the boat, and it turned into an awesome conversation, and it was a really good topic, and I think a lot of people got some good benefit out of it. I mean, at the end of the day, creepy people just creep. It's a fact. But
God, what did they do?
I'm teaching a room full of geeks how to, set up their space to be accommodating for people of the opposite sex. So
just put loads of tampons and Tylenol everywhere?
You would think that that's all you need, but my friend, it is not. So a year ago, I went on Facebook and I was like, hey, look, I know this is going to be a hot topic, but I want advice. I want to unbachelor my boat. If you were to come out day sailing with me and forget your purse, what might I put in the locker that you could possibly need so that you don't have an incredibly horrible day? And I have a special shopping list of about 30 items that I shared with the guys on Bowden's stream last night to that effect.
Period pain medication.
Yes. There's ibuprofen, there's Advil, there's all of it. Tylenol, it's all on the boat. But there was everything from I had this one gal come out and she showed up all makeup and covered, she dolled up for me, which I can appreciate. It's always nice when somebody takes the time to do that. However, once you go sailing and you're covered in fucking God knows what oily makeup shenanigans and you're standing in the sun, I keep makeup remover on the boat. And she went down below, she cleaned her makeup off her face, and she put some sunscreen on, and she had a pleasant day. But if she hadn't been able to do that, she would have baked like a fucking lobster, and the only part that wouldn't have been burned was everything underneath the makeup, and it would have looked horrible.
So what you're saying is a face that looks like a cracked pavement is not a good look.
No. No. And so I keep makeup remover on the boat for those kinds of situations. I had this other gal, she came out, she was wearing high heels. Right? She was wearing a sundress and high heels. And the dock was really entertaining to watch her walk on the dock. But what was even more entertaining was the notion she was going to walk around on my boat in those high heels, which is a hard no. For 1,000 reasons. You don't wear high heels on a boat. And so I keep big, fluffy, rubberized bottom socks in the hospitality locker on the boat. And so she put on these stupid socks, and she was running around a boat without her heels on, wearing a super fancy sundress, and she had a shit-eating grin on her face the entire time because she was perfectly happy with her condition at that moment. So,
are those like the hospital socks with the rubberized
yes,
bottoms?
Yes, those the big, yeah. You can walk on cold hospital tile and not think to yourself, "My feet are frozen."
Wait,
yes.
Are you about toasties?
I have no idea what various people call them, dude. I just know
they're
they're big, fluffy socks with rubberized bottoms.
Yeah, big flick rubbery socks. Usually they've got like paw prints and shit on the bottom.
Yes, these have like chevrons, but yes. And so, just silly little things like that you wouldn't think of otherwise, but make a world of difference. And the entire idea being, hey, look.
I've not worn toasties in so long.
they're comfy. Let me tell you, I've put them on myself a couple of times.
Yes.
So there's, if you're hanging out with somebody and they got to go get in the locker, at least one half of your night's fucked, right? Some things are just not going to happen now. It's out of the cards. But at least she's comfortable enough to hang out and shoot the shit, and you can save the other half of your night. That's the way I think about it. So I actually kept a hospitality box in the trunk of my car. I kept one in the house. I kept one, and I keep one in both of my boats. Because if somebody comes out and they need to be, they have a crisis, and I have the means with which a little bit of forethought can prevent or otherwise remediate the crisis, then you're sure as hell I'm going to fucking do that. I don't want to be 2-3 hours out into the ocean for a day sail chasing sunsets and have somebody come up to me and say, "I'm sorry, I really have to go back to the land now to get to a Walgreens." Well, I'm sorry, but land is 2 hours away, and you're going to have to just kind of deal with what you... No, I'm not going to do that to somebody. Go look in the locker, find what you need. And trust me, it's there. Because I had an absolute army of women on Facebook say, you need this, 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 this. I don't know what the fundamental difference between cotton pads and cotton rounds are. Wait, cotton balls. Cotton rounds and cotton pads are the same thing, but cotton pads and cotton balls are not. I have no idea what the fundamental difference is. I know that both are required for reasons I don't understand. Black magic, that's why.
Cotton pads are for removing makeup. Cotton balls are for on nail varnish remover.
See, that would be a good use case for them.
It comes down to one's a bit more lint-free than the other.
Yeah. I've seen people use cotton rounds for makeup remover.
It doesn't leave like lint everywhere, whereas the other one is obviously cotton.
Oh, that makes sense.
Even if you need it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, my internet is still decided that the world is a horrible place to exist and is slowly trying to murder itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring down the stream for tonight. I will, however, be playing Terraria. I said that I was going to play Terraria on the stream, but the internet is just not accommodating. But if you're interested in playing Terraria, you can hit me up. I'm going to message a couple people, and we'll try to get a game stood up. We're going after that end game content. So ping me in Discord for that. But in the interim, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate any amount of rebroadcasting, sharing of links, letting people know this is a thing. I am really, really trying to build this station, this YouTube environment up to 1,000 people to unlock some really neat features that I want in order to build a community around it. So if you do see me going live, don't hesitate to share a link with people. Let's bring the joy of mediocre hurdy-gurdy playing and occasionally video games and geek talk to anybody who might appreciate such things so that we can build this little empire up together. But until then being probably Friday when I pull the Gurdy back out again and practice the next thing, I hope that you all have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you next time.
Remember,
You too, sir.
I take a breath, I'm not gonna lose. This is what I came here to do. I walk that wire and I take that step. Won't
tell me it can't be done.